When our consciousness is covered by the false ego, we lack a self-realization. We forget our eternal relationship with Krishna. We forget that our real identity is to serve Krishna. Our real identity is to carry out the mission of our spiritual master. We often forget that there is complete arrangement in the nature for our maintenance. We don't want to listen to this thing. Complete arrangement in the nature for our maintenance. We don't have to exploit anything, but still we are exploiting the resources from the nature for our own sense gratification. And we are creating a big Krishna bahirmukhe jiva bhogavancha kare nikatyastha mayatare chapatyadare. When we try to enjoy something which is away from Krishna, Maya will come and grab you. She will, or he, it will pounce on you. So the analogy is given of a hand in Isha Upanishad, that when hand is connected with the body, it functions properly. It has the potency to function. But when it is separated from the body, though it appears to be a hand, but it is not functioning as a hand. Similarly, when jiva or soul, which is part and parcel of Krishna, is separated from Krishna, its illusory representation of complete whole will never satisfy him. So we have to ducktail everything in relationship to Krishna. We have to understand that nothing in this three world is more important than serving to Krishna. Because if Krishna is happy, everything will come automatically. We don't have to struggle hard for it. Every day we are offering prayers, offering flowers to Srila Prabhupada. But Srila Prabhupada doesn't want only flowers. When we are offering prayers, and we are offering our flowers, our daily prayer should be that we feel more dependent on the mercy of our spiritual master. We have to remember this thing. We have to feel more and more helpless without the mercy of spiritual master. We have to remember this thing when we are singing Guru Puja. It is not just dancing, but we have to feel more and more determined in our service. How to increase our getting the mercy of our Guru? We should pray always so that we can become more and more humble. That will increase our mood of service. That will increase our attachment to the chanting. So what is a real offering to a spiritual master? The real offering to a spiritual master, when we take this Krishna consciousness really seriously, not yawning or taking nap, not going away from the japa class. When japa is going on, everybody is going in the room. Nobody is sitting over here. We can do to spiritual master over here to gain something. The rearing offering is that we should understand this message of Krishna consciousness and take it really seriously. The spiritual master is pleased when we become instrument to spread the glories of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu was residing in Jagannath Puri because it was an order of such. But at the same time, he wants the message to be spread everywhere, particularly in the Bengal. So he ordered Lord Nityananda to stay over there because he was trusting him that he can only do this service. And he told him that Lord Nityananda should not come every time to meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. Now Jagannath Puri is the best place. Everyone should go to Jagannath Puri because it is thing. But when Nityanand Prabhu was restricted to go to Jagannath Puri, that doesn't mean that Mahaprabhu was berefting Lord Nityananda for getting the benefit. But no, for the true servant of Mahaprabhu and the true servants of Srila Prabhupada, what is more important is to carry out the orders rather than staying or going in the Jagannath Puri or Vrindavan and satisfying their own senses. Unless we serve, we cannot understand what is Vrindavan and Jagannath Puri. But if we serve sincerely, we can understand the Jagannath Puri and Vrindavan it will reveal us. Mahaprabhu already told that Prichi, Vichi, Ate, Yate, Nagar, Adi, Gram, Sarvatra Prachar, Haibe, Moranam, that this holy name will spread all over the world. We have to just be a simple instrument. It is a duty of every disciple to sincerely carry out the order of his spiritual master and glorified the holy name. And Mahaprabhu he gave us a guarantee that if it is a clear statement given in Chaitanya Charitamrita that if anyone, even the more difficult task can be performed. So if we really want to feel the presence of our spiritual master, the only thing we need to do is that we have to humbly carry out his instruction. And we will feel his presence. And we will feel more helpless without his mercy. The most easiest way to please Guru, in all the lecture when I'm hearing from my spiritual master or Srila Prabhupada, the best way to please Guru is to chant attentively and study Srila Prabhupada books. These two things he needs. Chant attentively and study Prabhupada. It's very simple, Prabhu. It's very simple process. Simple person can do this. Chant attentively and study Prabhupada books. Should be our primary concern. Chant attentively and study Prabhupada books. If we do this seriously, if we follow this seriously, then we will be satisfied. Bhakti parasen anubhavo viraktir anyatra cha esha trika eka kala prapadya manasa yatha ashnashust tushti pushti shud apayo anugasam. The meaning of this verse is that the person who is eating the food, no one has to say that he is satisfied. He himself will feel satisfied because when he is eating the food, he is getting tushti, pleasure, pushti, nourishment, and apayo shud, the hunger is getting eradicated. He is getting relief from hunger. In the similar way, when person is doing the devotion with the full faith and surrenderance, three things will come. Bhakti, devotion. Paresa anubhavo, direct perception, direct of Lord. And viraktir, detachment. It will come automatically. No one has to say, the Prabhu, how you are doing. Or we don't even know. We have to ask in what we are lacking. It's a very direct process, simple. This is the thing I read in one of the Burijan Prabhu's book. Once, and Prabhupada gave a very surprising reply that what is mind? There is nothing like controlling the mind. You have to chant by your tongue and you have to hear from your ears. There is no question of mind. This is really great, right? So, genuine chanting, what is a humbleness then? Humbleness, it is not the product of intelligence. It is not your intelligence. You cannot be humble by using your intelligence. It is a deep spiritual realization. Try it. Try to be humble by using your intelligence. You will fail. But if you are a deep spiritual realization, if you know what you are doing, you will automatically be humble. Humbleness is not like speaking softly, Prabhu, Prabhu, or folding your hands. It's not like that. Genuine humbleness inside, it's an internal feeling that I need improvement, I am fool. Burijan Prabhu says in his book that a humble person is a person who is ready to accept his shortcomings and trying to correct their shortcomings. So genuine humbleness is when our external behavior and our statement matches with the internal state. Are you getting? Our external behavior and statement, what we are speaking, it reflects in externally, and that matches with the internal state of consciousness. And the person who is really humble, a quality of humble devotee, we genuinely follow what he preach. We are distribution. We don't have any conception why we are doing the service. But after some time, it happens automatically. We genuinely try to follow what we are preaching. Yeah, book distribution will definitely make us humble, because by doing the book distribution, we are giving opportunity to Srila Prabhupada and previous Acharya to spread the glories of holy name. And the humble devotee is a one, whoever is speaking, he is ready to hear from that speaker. If the speaker is giving the lecture based on the scripture, if the person thinks that he is knowledgeable, and he is trying to discriminate one speaker from other speaker, he is not a knowledgeable person. But the real knowledgeable person is ready to accept the instruction from any speaker who is giving the knowledge based on Shastra. Try to extract the information from that person, apply that principle in his life, and become more enthusiastic to serve his spiritual master. Bhagavatam says that the Vag Visargo Janatag Vipalvo Yashmin Prati Shlokan Abhadvatyapi Namna Anantasyo Yasho Akitani Yat Shrunvanti Gayanti Gatanti Sadhva. Although the literature, on the other hand, the literature which are full of the transcendental name, form, qualities and pastimes of Lord, even though this literature are improperly composed, they are heard, sung and accepted by the purified men who are thoroughly honest. So, when our mind gets critical of others, we have to remind of our own problems and our own failures. We know our own problems and failure better than anyone else. So when we don't have right to criticize other people, because when we do this, sadhu ninda in our heart, by watering, by hearing and chanting, it will vanish. Raghunatha, I was reading this book and it was written that Raghunatha Goswami was praying that, "Oh mind, why are you burning me and yourself by the trickling urine of ass?" So we don't have to use our mind to criticize the devotees. Krishna shows himself that how important it is to serve the devotees. Krishna said, Bhaktir Bhakta Janapriya. What to speak of my devotees? Those who are devotees of my devotees are very dear to me. Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param. Of worship of the Vishnu is the best, and better than the worship of Vishnu is better to worship the devotees of Vishnu. Kaunte he pratijanehi name bhaktva pranayashati. Krishna told Arjuna, boldly declare it, my devotee will never vanquish. And the best example we can see in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Duryodhana criticized Bhishma Dev that he is not killing Arjuna. Why? Because of paternal affection. And Bhishma Dev was Kshatriya, not tolerate this insult. So he decided that next day he would kill Arjuna and all the 5 Pandavas with the special weapons made to kill them. And Duryodhana was satisfied with that. And he took all the weapons from Bhishma Dev and kept in his own tent so that it can be used to kill in the next day. And what happened? Arjuna came and by trick he took away all the weapons. And when Bhishma Dev came to know that this has happened, he take a vow that either he is going to kill Arjuna or Krishna is going to take a weapon. And next day he violently fought with Arjuna. Arjuna was in big trouble. He was almost defeated. He was just about to die. And the next moment, Krishna picked up the weapon. Just to please his devotee, just to maintain the promise of Bhishma Dev, just to show him that keeping the promise of his devotee is more important than his promised. He seemingly broke this promise. He promised before the battlefield of Kurukshetra, going before the battle, that he will never pick up the weapon. But when he saw that Arjuna was in great trouble, he got down from the chariot, he took the wheel and he ran toward to the Bhishma Dev. Just as a lion is good, it is written in Bhagvatam, just as a kill elephant. And he ran in such an angry mood that he dropped down the cloth of his upper part of the body. And he doesn't know that he dropped out. But when Bhishma Dev saw that Krishna was coming near to him, he just gave up all his weapons and stood with the folded hand to be killed by his beloved Lord. So obviously Arjuna was not going to be killed because Krishna was there on his side. But because Bhishma Dev wanted that Krishna should lift a weapon, he wanted to please his devotee and he did this. And he stood in front of Bhishma Deva. Krishna stood in front of Bhishma Deva with the chariot in his hand, showing that he has fulfilled his promise. So this is the relationship of Krishna with his devotees. The next relationship we can see in Mahaprabhu. Gadadhar Pandit is an incarnation of Radharani. And Krishna cannot stay separately from Radharani. Similarly, Mahaprabhu cannot bear a single moment away from Gadadhar Pandit. But Gadadhar Pandit has taken the vow of Kshetra Sannyas. Kshetra Sannyas is meant that he should stay at one place, and he was being ordered by Mahaprabhu to worship Tota Gopinath in Jagannath Puri. So when Mahaprabhu came to the nearby village called Chaturdwar, Gadadhar Pandit left his service and he went away to meet Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu was not happy with this. He told that, why did you came over here? And he gave the explanation that worshipping you directly is worshipping Tota Gopinath. And he also told that, go hell with my sannyas, Kshetra sannyas. And Mahaprabhu then told that, since you have come over here and your desire to stay with me is a sense gratification, you should go assign your service. And he told Sarma Bhattacharya that take Gadadhar Pandit with you. And hearing this, Gadadhar Pandit felt, and again when he regained his consciousness, Sarma Bhattacharya told him that just to keep your woe, Mahaprabhu is bearing the separation from you. So Krishna can do anything to maintain the promise of his devotees. This is a relationship. Radhanath Maharaj, I was reading the book of Radhanath Maharaj, and it is written over there that devotional service, it is not a job, it is privilege. No one is asking you to sit over here if you are not getting anything from lecture. It is a privilege. There are millions of people staying outside. They are going 30 miles per hour, maybe in BMW or Mercedes Benz. But what is a life? They don't have any conception of Gaur Nitai or Kishore Kishori. We are so fortunate that we are getting direct service. Every day we are offering water to Kishore Kishori, Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Gaur Nitai. We are transferring the food which are coming from deities so that we can serve Vaishnavas. So wonderful life. Every day we are drinking Charnamrit. Have you imagined directly from the lotus feet of Krishna, which is coming directly from the lotus feet of Krishna, lotus feet. We should be so enthusiastic to drink that. Who is getting such opportunity? So Bhagavad Gita says that the people who are getting this opportunity is only that when we are Vishay Vinay Vartante, Nirahasya Dehina, Rasa Vardham Rasopi Asya, Param Drashtra Nivartate, that we cannot restrain our fully. But by engaging our senses in higher services, we get a higher taste. Then the consciousness will turn immediately. Krishna is so merciful that moment you start thinking positively, he is always there to tune you positive way. So it is our consciousness. We have to think in that way that whatever I am doing over here is to serve Kishore Kishori and to serve the Vaishnavas over here. And if we are thinking in that attitude, second, Krishna can turn our consciousness. But if we don't have any conception what we are doing, why we are doing, what we are, why I am supposed to be over here, why I am chanting japa, why I am supposed to stay alive or stay awake when I am listening to the class, without discriminating speakers. If we know this conception, Krishna can change the consciousness fraction of a second. But we should be ready for that. We are not ready for that, Prabhus. So higher taste is not obtained by our personal endeavors. It's a sincere and causeless, it's a causeless mercy of Krishna. Simple, very, very simple for simple person. There are three things: chanting holy name, chanting Maha Mantra, dancing in ecstasy, and taking the food, remnants which has been offered to Krishna. In Chaitanya Charitamrita there is a clear statement that even if the person is not understanding the philosophy, he may be illiterate person, he may be not capable of understanding anything, but if he is following these three things sincerely, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, dancing in ecstasy, and taking the remnants of food offered to Krishna, liberation will be definitely come to him without delay. I can give you the page number also, page 813. It's written over there. So, we are dancing in front of Gaura Nitai, but we are not getting ecstasy. It's not a problem. Don't worry. We are not dancing for ourselves. We are not doing the mundane dancing. We are dancing for Gaur and Nitai. He's standing for us. So even though we are not getting any feeling, we have to dance. That is our duty. We are over here to dance. We are a toy in the hand of Gaur and Nitai. We have to dance. And gradually our heart will cleanse, and the day will come that we will dance really in ecstasy. But for that we have to start. Start at some point. For that we don't have to make any false show of ecstasy. We don't have to dance falsely, or we don't want to be a false renunciant. No, we don't have to be a false renunciant. Because false renunciation is called Markat Vairagya, a monkey renunciation, or called Smashan Vairagya. The person when go to the crematorium, he feels that, oh, why I'm doing this thing? Everyone is dying. This is a useless body. I should stop doing this thing, and I should start chanting holy name. But as soon as he go out of crematorium, he start follow his routine. Go 70 miles per hour to go for the job, come back and do the same routine. Similarly, Markat Vairagya is, monkey is staying in the forest in a naked way, naked. He's not wearing any clothes. But he's not a renunciation. In the mind, he's thinking only about sense gratification. So we don't want to be like that. Bhakti Rasami Sindhu say that prapanchikataya buddhaya hari sambandhi vastuna mumukshubi paritagyo vairagyam phalgu kathayate. We don't want to be a false renunciation. Nothing should be renounced falsely, considering to be material thing. That is called a false renunciation. But everything should be utilized in a service of Krishna. Nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yukta vairagyam uchyate. Everything should be used in the service of Krishna. Even our own body is supposed to be used, Krishna. Our own body is to be used. What about other things? And if we use this thing, we will feel bliss, we will feel happy, we will be feeling free from anxiety. So in conclusion, I want to say that Prahlad Maharaj says that Durlabha Manushya Janma Tad Api Adhruvam Arthadam. That this human form of life is very rare. It is adhruvam, it is temporary, but still it is arthadam, it is full of meaning. Kamsa, Jarasandh, Shishupal, Hiranyakashipu, they were very, very materialistic people. They were very rich people. If we compare the today's materialistic person with the life of this Kamsa and Duryodhana and Jarasandha, they are just like an infinitesimal, minute insects. They were so opulent. They were very well educated. We cannot compare today's present person with those people. But still, when they are seeing Krishna, they were not understanding Krishna. They were rich, they were educated, but still they were not understanding Krishna. Kalyavana was running behind Krishna to catch Krishna, but he cannot grasp Krishna because his stock of impious activity was not depleted. That's written in Bhagvatam. So education and richness will never help us to understand Krishna. At the same time, we look about the Kolovich Sridhar. We looked at the Pingla, a prostitute. Kubja, a hunchback lady. They were not educated at all. The garland maker, he was not educated at all. In fact, they were poor. They were extremely poor. But they can hold Krishna in their heart. They can hold Krishna in the heart. So how to obtain Krishna? We know all this thing that these people cannot get, but some people can get. How? Bhagavad Gita says that Yesham tva antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam tvedanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dradvarta. Yesham tam antagatam papam. That all the impious, sinful activities have been eradicated. And jananam punya karmanam, who is doing the pious activities in this life and previous life. Tvedanda moha nirmukta. He is free from the dualities of illusion, and he engaged in a devotional service with a full determination. So to obtain the Krishna, we have to transcend our material envy. We have to go beyond our intelligence, mind and logic, faithfully serving the Krishna, spiritual master and devotees. If we are not understanding devotees, we are not understanding the mission. If we are not understanding mission, we are just making a false show of being devotee, trying to serve our spiritual master in a false way, because spiritual master will not be happy unless you are pleasing the devotees. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you very much for the class.
Thank you.
I actually didn't have a question.
Thank you. You got a question? Okay. Srimad Bhagvatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.